Hello YouTube, and welcome to my next little video here. It's partially voting, partially update, and partially vlog, so go ahead and hear me out. It's going to be a little bit. I'm going to try to get back into recording regularly again, even though I really don't have the hard drive space for it. That was a horrible shot. Great. It's also 6:30 in the morning, so coffee. Oh, that didn't miss the nut by much. Okay, so what am I going to announce? Well, I definitely want to get into FIFA. I've been loving FIFA lately. So, there is a special type of manager career mode I want to try, which to my knowledge has not been attempted yet by anyone. And that is what I like to call a national buildup. Now, when you think of national buildup, you tend to think of a military arsenal, right? Well, my idea with the national buildup is... oh, fuck, that hit the post, of course! My idea with the national buildup is quite simple. Now, in the game, you can hire up to 3 youth scouts at once, which is pretty standard. And here's the idea with the youth buildup. You can only scout talent from your home region and the 2 regions that directly border it. So if I started off in any English league, the only 3 countries that I could scout would be England, Scotland, and Ireland. Or North Ireland, because they're both relatively close. Now, there is a provision to this rule, and that is that if you only have 1 country that directly borders you in your region... ah, fuck, nice save. Leave it to Tim Howard to save everything. If you only have 1 country in your region that you directly border, for example, Spain and Portugal only directly border themselves in their region, you can go to a different region if it's closer than the next country in the region. For example, the 3 countries in the Spanish region that you can scout in would be Italy, Spain, and Portugal. However, if you're in, obviously, Spain, Italy is quite a distance away. However, Morocco is literally right across the strait. So, that was horrible. So, you could go to 2 regions there because Morocco is much closer to Spain than Italy is, for example. So, if I were to, say, do an MLS team, the 3 regions would be Canada, Mexico, and the US. If I were to do, for example... I can't think of another place that doesn't have anything that directly borders it. Perhaps the Koreas? I'm not sure. Oh, Tim Howard went out a little bit too far. So yeah, that's the general idea. And the goal for the national build-up is to build up the national team. For example, like one I'm doing in my downtime is a Poland one. Off the post and in. But basically, the only 3 countries I can scout from in my Poland thing I'm doing are Poland, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic. My best prospect is unfortunately Czech. He's a great prospect, world-class talent, but I've got a couple good Polish prospects. Now, the whole challenge of this is, A, it severely limits your options. You cannot, say, just send your scouts to Spain, Brazil, and Ivory Coast, because those are 3 great places to get prospects. You actually have to deal with occasionally, depending on where you start. If you start at, say, Germany, you're obviously going to get good talent no matter where you go. Same thing as if you're in the French or the Belgian league, you're going to get good talent no matter where you scout, because every region that borders you is a 5-star region. Or, you know, you get the idea. Basically, with youth scouting, I like to consider regions of 3, 4, and 5 stars. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Basically, Northern Europe, which would be England, Scotland, Ireland, North Ireland, Sweden, Finland, and Norway, I think, is a 4-star region, meaning you can get good prospects there, but not great. Okay, good tenacity. Whereas a region like the Western Europe, which is where Poland, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, Serbia, those kinds of countries, would be a 3-star region, meaning you're not normally going to get good prospects there, but it's possible. And then there's 5-star regions. That would be South and Central Europe, Africa, and South America. Those are the countries of, like, you know, Belgium, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Morocco, Egypt, South Africa, those types of places. Those are the places where you're going to get the best prospects. So basically, you want to choose your nationality for your manager so that way he can manage his own national team. And you want to build up that national team with huge prospects that you personally scout, no matter which team that you ultimately manage for. So say I start in the Poland League as a Polish manager and I get sacked for not meeting my objectives and I get a job in the Premier League. I would still scout in Poland because it's my goal to build up the Polish national team. That was horrible. So ultimately, the ultimate goal of the national build-up mode is to build up your national team to be able to win World Cups or, you know, regularly contend for them. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Now, this doesn't really account for some of the best national teams, like, for example, Germany, Brazil, Argentina, Portugal. You get the idea. Those types of teams, they don't really need a national build-up. This is a challenge run to make your national team relevant. So, like, for example, one big challenge would be Poland, Ireland, Scotland would be 3 national teams that would need building up. There are some teams that can never really get going, but have good, like, teams, like, oh, that was another good shot. Basically, like, teams like the US and England both have good potential, but can never really seem to make it. Then national build-up would help them actually become relevant on the world stage, as opposed to always getting knocked out in the round of 16. Or in the group stage, depending on, yeah, stuff. Nice save, Tim Howard! So, like, one of the first things I would do in America is I would definitely scout for a younger goalie, because all of the good US goalies are in their late to early 30s. And that doesn't exactly make for a good national build-up when all of your goalies are within 2 or 3 years of retirement. So, you get the idea for that. I'm going to leave a straw poll in the description for you guys to vote on which country you want a national build-up for. I'm going to have my 3 countries. 3? Yeah, because Germany doesn't need one. I'm Irish, so I'm going to leave Ireland in there. I'm Polish, I'm going to leave Poland in there. And I'm from America, so I'm going to leave the MLS in there. And I'm going to have 2 others, probably England and another country. So it's going to be between America, Ireland, Poland, England. Horrible, horrible, horrible shot. And, this 5th country is, one I'm having some trouble with. I'm thinking, honestly, China, Japan, Korea, perhaps? Make them relevant in men's sports instead of just the women's sports. Russia, meh. Ooh, beautiful save. I might want to do one in a region that's got great talent, but their national team usually, for example, Austria. I can never think of a time where an Austrian team was good, but they are in a region with good prospects. Wow. Just wow. So yeah. Let me go ahead and just try a lob here. Nope, not nearly enough. So yeah, the 5 countries I'm going to have you guys choose between are America, Ireland, Poland, England, and Austria. Let's go with that. So yeah, that's going to be the manager career mode. I also want to do a RimWorld series, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that quite yet, mainly because there's a lot of drama with the mod pack I want to use, and I don't know if it's kosher for me to use this mod pack right now. I actually have to ask around to see if... Really? Really, Tim Howard? You should have saved that with your weekend. I'm disappointed in you. So yeah, there's a lot of drama involving this mod pack right now. People who follow RimWorld will know, although not many of my followers do follow RimWorld, so... as for Third Age, I'm still going to do it, but I really want to wait until I get my new hard drive, because as of right now, I can record one episode in 60 FPS, render it as long as it's not like 15 minutes long, like this one's probably going to be. I'm at 9 minutes now. I could do like 3 15-minute 60 FPS videos and still have some room to render them out, but for Third Age, I like to record 2, 3, 4 episodes at a time, and they're always longer than 20 minutes, so I need more than 40 gigs of space to be able to record it. Really? Jesus Christ, the battery on this light does not last too long. I have to figure out a way to set this up properly. Oh, that would have been a penalty. Well, not really. He knocked me over after he got the ball. Oh, come on! I missed that! I missed that! There we go. My controller's still vibrating. You can hear it here. That's my controller vibrating constantly. There we go. Just have to unplug it and plug it back in. So yeah. That's the reason why I'm not doing Third Age right away. I know a lot of my new subscribers really want Third Age Total War back on the channel, and I do love playing it. As a matter of fact, they are by far my highest viewed content on my channel. All the videos, except for a few of the stream videos, have more than 100 views each, and that's utterly incredible. And I do want to keep doing it. I don't want to leave you guys without it. Beautiful save. But I just don't have the hard drive space to do it regularly. So I definitely want to get back into the groove of recording. As I mentioned in my last update video, one of the reasons I haven't is health issues and depression. And, yeah, I'm not going to go over that again. So basically, I'm going to try to do some RimWorld. I'd only be able to really do one episode at a time, because RimWorld would have to be longer than 15 minutes to make an episode interesting. And for the manager modes, it would require a decent chunk of editing, stopping, and starting recordings, but I think I can manage it. And there's something else I do want to do, and I think I'm going to get out of the arena to show you it. Let me go ahead and take a sip of my drink. Let me go ahead and load up one of my career modes. For my career mode, by the way, I will not be playing the games. I will not be playing them like most people do, because I am atrocious at the game. I struggle on semi-pro, which is one level above amateur, which is one level above beginner. And I think semi-pro is just below professional, which is what some people have been doing it at. So I struggle at semi-pro, and I'm not great at it yet, not confident. So I've been trying out the New England Revolution for MLS, Real Betis for the Spanish League, Polish club that's unspellable. Yeah, it's going to be my Poland series if I do that. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of the names. I tried... That says Kepper. I misspelled keeper. Okay, I tried playing a keeper pro career, but this controller here, for some reason the back button keeps pressing itself, so it constantly changes the view on me, which is irritating. I was playing a striker career, but again, I can't play the game very well, so I stopped playing it. So I'm going to load up my Manchester City one, which I've actually not really done anything in. No scouting, no messing with the squads, no transfers. Well, no youth player scouting. The only thing I have done in this is I've been scouting youth players. And by youth players, I mean players that are generally under the age of 21 that have great potential. The reason being is I want to bring you guys some informational series for your career modes, if you are into FIFA, about which under 21 players to try to scout. Let me readjust myself. So, there's quite a few of these guys here. Unfortunately, they didn't save them in the order. You can't go by the order you shortlist them in, because I shortlisted them in order of potential and by position in an incredibly organized fashion, and then, of course, that gets thrown out the window. You can only sort them by name, position, and value. So, the only thing I will show you guys right now, because it doesn't deserve its own video because it's going to be too short, are the goalkeepers. There's only 4 of them that are really good potential players. One of them is Kepa Arrizabalaga. He is, I believe, on loan, yes, at Real Valladolid, and he's from Athletic Bilbao. I'm pretty sure that he's the highest potential goalkeeper in the game. He's 20 years old, and as you can tell, that's his value right now. And this is the only guy that gives Poland any hope of competing on the world stage, and that's Bartolomew Dragowski. He is the next highest potential goalkeeper, I believe. In the Polish league, he's only 17. He's got very good value. You can get him for like 5. So he's a good buy. in most of the time when I play with Hull, I trade him and like $1 million for I trade McGregor and $1 million for this guy. And then there's Andre Morera. He's also on loan. He's from Atletico Madrid, but he's on loan at Madeira. I hope I'm pronouncing these Spanish clubs right. He's not quite as good as Bart here, but he is a couple of years older, so he's slightly less valuable. Meaning, if you need a bit of a bargain, you could try to grab him. But again, he's on loan. You can't get him for a year, at least if it's not a 2-year loan. And then there's Simon Scuffet. This was the guy you would get in FIFA 15. This was the guy. I don't know what his potential is now, but I know he's good. Unfortunately, he's also on loan at Como. He's from Udinese, which I believe... Udinese? I can't remember if that's an Italian league or a Belgian league. I think it's in the same league as Juventus, which I think is... Is Juventus in the France league or the Belgian league? I really need to learn these. But Simon Scuffet had potential of like 87 last game, so it's got to be the same here. I know it's I know he still has good potential. I don't know his exact potential number because in the second year I still had him on my short list and it said showing great potential, which is between 80 and 85. So these and Dimitri Berthoud is what I would call a bargain bin player. Players with potentials that are between 75 and 85 with low overalls. So this is one of those guys, Dimitri Berthoud. He's from Montpellier HSC, which I think is a French league. Yeah, definitely a French league. The guy's French. He's a French youth player. He's only valued at $220,000. I'm not sure what that is in euros. I think 180. Not sure. I think euros and dollars are about the same at this time. But yeah, he's pretty cheap. Probably get him for $300,000-400,000. So for example, an English League One team who doesn't have a good youth keeper, this would be a great guy to pick up. You could train him up to 65 in no time. So yeah, that is my update video of sorts. Straw poll in the description below to vote for my career mode team, bargain bin, and good potential goaltender prospects, and the reason why I'm not doing third age just yet. So if you liked the video, leave a like. Make sure to leave me a comment, guys. Give me your thoughts on all the things, including what to name my manager for whatever you voted for. For example, in my New England Revolution, I named myself Adam West. Because America! In Ireland, I named myself something ridiculously Irish. I think I named myself Connor McCovington or something. So it's got to be some Irish name with a Mick as part of the last name. My Polish one, I think I named myself Vrana Petrulowicz. Petrulowicz is my mother's maiden name. Vrana is just the Slavic name. And yeah, and I think in my Spanish one, I can't remember what I named myself. Anyway, leave comments for the managers that you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I need to come up with a good outro for when I use my webcam. For example, maybe... No, that belongs to Oscar Andrew Delta where he does this. I want you to subscribe. That looks horrible. It looks like I'm pointing at my loins. I want you to subscribe to my loins. Do it. Best outro ever. 10 out of 10. 1,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers. Instant fame. Subscribe to my loins. Okay, I'm going to stop embarrassing myself. Bye, guys. Should never record this early in the morning, I swear.